Okay, good afternoon, my friends, and welcome to our daily edition of Removing the Liberal Blindfold for this Wednesday, the 24th day of April in the year of our Lord 2019. Time for today's Blindfold Removing. Speaker Nancy Pelosi walked the red carpet Tuesday night as she arrived for Time 100 Gala. But earlier that afternoon, she expressed her frustration with Republicans. Pelosi went into a scolding mom moment as she disingenuously disparaged Republicans for offering blessings rather than shame on President Trump after she read the Mueller report. Hello, Claudia. During an interview, Pelosi said that President Trump potentially, quote, engaged in behavior that was unethical, unscrupulous, and beneath the dignity of the office, unquote, as she described the Mueller report. She was speaking to the obstruction of justice charges that the report that Mueller acknowledged didn't rise to the level of prosecution. The reason the obstruction of justice charges didn't rise to that level, though, is because there was no collusion found between the Kremlin and Trump campaign, and that is a bitter pill for the Democrats to swallow. After all, they spent the last 2.5 years pushing it, didn't they? Hello. The only hope of continuing that narrative that was fake in the first place, that Trump is an illegitimate president because Russia rigged the election, lies in keeping the Mueller report fresh in Democrat talking points. It's really all the Democrats have at this point in the Trump presidency. Republicans, she added, appear to, quote, have unlimited appetite for this kind of behavior, and instead of being ashamed, give their blessings to the president, unquote. Pelosi wanted the audience to think that this is unusual behavior in politics, but it is the norm. After all, we do have Hillary Clinton. Like it or not, base supporters remain loyal to the president when he comes under fire from his opposition. During Democrat administrations, especially the days of Bill Clinton and his impeachment, the same would have been said about loyal Democrats. Remember the triumphant gathering on the White House lawn when Clinton avoided impeachment after the Senate voted against it? I can still see Hillary, Bill, and Al Gore in my mind proudly marching to speak to the press. Notice, though, that Speaker Pelosi continued in the interview with her mantra that impeachment isn't on the table, yet she won't rule it out, but wants to explore other avenues, which means investigation after investigation, which means more money from our pockets, folks. What she doesn't say is that impeachment proceedings would be kind of a kiss of death for the Democrat nominee running against Trump. If the fact-finding takes us to impeachment, we have no choice, but we're not there yet. Impeachment is a step you have to take while bringing the American people with you without prejudice, passion, or partisanship, but with a presentation of facts. Now to remove the liberal blindfold, and that was a quote also from Nancy Pelosi, something that she seems to have nothing to do with, or any of the leading Democrats for that matter. And by that I mean the facts. The reason the obstruction of justice didn't rise to that level, though, is because there is no collusion found between the Kremlin and the Trump campaign. And like I said before, that is a bitter pill for the Democrats to swallow. They can't seem to. The only hope of continuing the narrative that Trump is an illegitimate president because Russia rigged the election lies in keeping the Mueller report fresh in the Democrat talking points. Now, Trump now has the best economy that we've had in decades, but the Democrats want to get him out of office. Trump has gotten us to the lowest unemployment here in that Americans have seen in a long time, but the Democrats want him out of office. Trump has America stronger and more respected in the world now than it has been in a long time, but the Democrats want him out of office. Trump has gotten millions off of food stamps and wages have gone up, but Democrats want him out of office. Trump wants to do what our government should be doing, and that is keeping Americans safe. And one of the ways of doing that is building the wall on the southern border, where we have a crisis, something that most Americans want, but Democrats want him out of office. Now, they say they cannot handle that they were beat. And they don't want to do what is needed to get the support of the American people, and that is tell the American people the truth, except to blame others for what is going on in America now. They can't bring themselves to accept blame, but they sure can blame everyone else. One person that I very seldom agree with is Piers Morgan, but he said something I totally agree with when he went on Hannity the other night when he said, quote, "There are 400 pages of stuff in there in the Mueller report. But what was the report set up to be? Mueller was appointed to investigate whether there was a conspiracy by Donald Trump to fix the election. It turns out it was all nonsense. It was all fake news. Now we're supposed to believe now that Donald Trump has tried to obstruct justice over a crime we know that he didn't commit. It's ridiculous. It's making a mockery of America. On that, I totally agree with Piers Morgan, but the Democrats will continue to do exactly what they've been doing, and they will shoot themselves in the foot to do that. Thank you, Claudia, for being here. We are here to push the facts that the lying, liberal, lamestream media leaves out. Facts that change the story from what is right and true to what the left wants, which is never right and true anymore. If you like my updates, subscribe to them both here and on BitChute, BITCHUTE.com. That way you can get the truth the lamestream lying media won't touch, stuff that drives liberals like Cliff and Mark insane in the brain. Truth and justice and the American way are the only things that will keep America with a bright future. That and voting out the Democrats and the Republicans who will not follow the Constitution. And we, the people, are watching closely. God bless America. God bless our troops. And as always, we will not be ruled. Have a safe and blessed day.